Okay, want to work on the flyer for Lagos in Paris, the movie poster for Lagos in Paris, and it's just all about manipulation. In our last class, the last two class I did for manipulation for Seven Up using the orange juice and all that, I talked about the important things in manipulation, which I mentioned color grading, I mentioned shadow, and perspective. So you need to be very, 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 very careful whenever you're manipulating. Whatever picture you are selecting or you are using, make sure they are in in perspective with whatever design you're putting in. So the first thing, the thing we are going to import now is we have our Paris background already. It's a picture I downloaded. I'd already done the editing, downloading because it wasn't a full picture. I had to add some roads extra to the background. So we're going to be importing we're going to be importing our bus, the Danfo bus. If you're a Lagosian, you know how important Danfo bus Danfo bus is. It's just like it's like um the next thing to Lagos. The next thing to Lagos. So we have our Danfo bus here. Okay, well seated. Now, want to put in a shadow to make it have that realistic feel that is on the floor. So, creating a shadow is not an art thing. What you just need to do is there are different methods. Like I would tell my students, there is no one way to making design, to getting a particular design. There are lots of ways. The way somebody will achieve shadow can be another different way a creative will achieve another shadow. So it's not the same, like there's a particular way that you achieve it. So I'll just give you my own way. First of all, you draw a rectangle. I think I did this in my last class, but I'm just going to elaborate more on it again. I'll just give you basics. So now we have a rectangle already. So what you just need to do is to have it on the same perspective with this boss, we are going to distort it or give it a perspective. When we click on Ctrl C, then we do perspective on it. Can you see now? It's like on the same level, but you don't need to be afraid because we are still going to blur it. So when we have done the perspective, we go to filter and we do a Gaussian blur. That is Gaussian blur. You rasterize. Wow, awesome. Then click OK. Then we'll make sure the layer is underneath the boss. Can you see? Can you see? That's that feel that it's the boss is on the floor. So we'll reduce the opacity a little bit. So it makes it look real. Yeah, we have this settled. So, but I am still looking. I need to reduce the size. All right. So we have our boss well settled. We have our boss well settled. Okay. The next thing we are going to be doing is I want to work on each and every of the object I'm using. So we want to make the boss have the cool feel of that Paris itself, if you look at it, it's not having a cool feel of Paris. It's looking like the sun is shining on it. So we need to bring down that sun a little bit to have that cool feel around that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to introduce our adjustment layer. So when we introduce our windows and adjustment layer, so we have an adjustment layer. We're going to be working on just the brightness and the level. So click on the level. Always remember when you click on your level that you make sure it's power clipped inside so that it doesn't affect everything there. So when we do that, we bring it down a little bit. Can you see? It's having that cool feel now. So let's the brightness also. Yeah, brightness. Don't forget your power clip button. Then we reduce the brightness a little bit. Okay, that's too much. So these are lovely. I think I like this. So it has the cool feel now. So what you're going to do is don't forget to always power clip your group your work. So we are done with the boss. So we'll group it and we'll name it boss. Always group your work. It's important to group your work and we'll name it boss. Let's name it Danfo boss. DANFO boss. For those that are not Nigerian Africans, Danfo boss is like a normal boss we use in going about our business. So Danfo boss, we have that saved. Danfo boss. So the next thing we are doing now is to bring in our the smaller cab. We call them cab. I don't know. I don't know what they call them, but they are just we call them cab. Everywhere is cab. So we bring in our cab. Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right. So our cab is here. So I close in, I blend in that. Always note because we are working with perspective. So we increase this a little bit. The car can be smaller by that side. At least should be around this level. Let's still increase it a little bit. So as you can see, the car looks like it's flying. So what we're going to do is introduce our, don't forget our shadow to make it look real. So I'm going to use the same shadow I used for the boss, just that I'm going to defect it. So I have it here already. Sorry. So I'm putting it on there. So what I want to do now is I'm going to reduce it. So by this time, I'm going to be distorting to have it. Yes. Yeah, we have that done. So this is awesome. I'm liking this already. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put like a black dark this thing underneath the tire, so it will have that final grip of um balance. That's the word. So I'm going to reduce this. Reduce it. So I give it the black feel. Oh, sorry. You have to select black. Like zero 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 zero. For those that don't know the color code for black, zero zero zero. Let me give you free expo. It's zero 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 zero. All right. Now this is awesome. We are getting there. 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 All right. So what I did was to move. Oh, what I did was to move the cab and every of his system, and every of his properties to the next side, so as to have a well placed scene. I didn't just want it to be only the cab and the bus. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's we got it cut. Why is it cutting? Okay. All right. So sorry about that. I'm trying to get the bus and every other thing together. It's supposed to give me that. Okay. So we have that settled now. So what I did was to duplicate. Um, what I did was to duplicate my bus, the cab. So I moved it down there. Now, in perspective, the closer your object, the bigger. The farther your object, the smaller. So now, if you look at this cab now, the second cab, the second cab is looking like it's not well placed beside that downfall bus in the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it. So this is how design works. So because most of us, when you see us manipulating, we just sometimes we look for what favors the place, and if it doesn't favor it, we just get another image to substitute for it. So what we do is we reduce it. That's too small. All right. So what I'm going to do is take it front. The front. Still, let's make it go further, a little smaller. Yes. All right. So I need to increase the shadow to make it darker. So I increase it again. Yeah. Now, any object that is far from your side, then the shadow needs to be thicker. That was why I increased the thickness of that shadow. I increased the opacity level of the thickness of the shadow. So we have that settled also. Okay. So our scene is now getting ready. So now I want to introduce um Igomu, one of the popular places in Lagos. The Igomu building, that is the theater. So I want to introduce the theater art building. So I import it and I place it. So I have it cut already, but I want it to be placed inside this place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off to, it might not be perfect, but it doesn't have to be. So I'm just going to cut out that side with my lasso tool. I'll use my magic wand. I like this magic wand too. It does magic for me. So I move around. Okay. So at this point, I'm just going to sorry, go back a little bit. Yes, sir. I have this cut already. So I'll just Control J. So what I'm doing is to fix it inside. So I bring it here. So we have it inside now. All right. It should be a little bit on top. So it came out in this side. So what I'm going to do is to have it erased. Okay. Whatever is showing. So now, if you look at the Igomo also, the Igomo is looking bright and is not in the same alliance with the sin. So what I'm going to do is our adjustment layer also. So we are reducing the brightness. Yeah, reduce the brightness. Make sure you power clip inside. Yeah, that's much like it. And the level also. We go down. Oh, you need to power clip. Don't forget to always power clip wherever you're using your adjustment layer. If not, it's going to affect everything. Yeah, this is okay. So we name this the theater. Or let me name it Igomu. Okay, we have that settled. So we want to bring in the bridge, the bridge that looked like it was being constructed. Okay, so we have our bridge here. So what I want to do, I want to fix in the bridge inside that place. So it's a very simple thing. What I'm going to do now is I I want to cut out this side. Same thing I did for the other side. I'm going to do here also. So I'm going to start from this place because I can't cut that place out very well. So I'm going to pick my magic wand tool again, my magic lasso tool. Okay, I have this sorted out. You know, Control J. So for the other one, I'm going to cut out this side. All right, we have that done. I have two things done. Now I'm going to place it. So I have that well placed. So what I'm going to do is I blend this out, blend it out. Yep, I have that blend out, well blended out. Okay, okay. We have that well blended out, well blended out. So sorry. Yeah. So we have that now. Now we want to reduce the lighting and everything. Don't forget our same procedure. Brightness for our clipping sign, then we reduce it a little bit. Yes. We want to have the same feel. Then same with the level power clipping. Then we reduce the level. Oh, it's becoming too dark. Yeah, we have that done. We have all that done right away. Then let's group it and we name the bridge. We have that done already. So the last thing I want to put fixing is the Paris. What they call the name of that thing again? That tall thing in Paris. I don't know. I've forgotten the name. So let's just put it there. But let's bring it in. So we are winning already. So I'm sure it's not the same location with. So what we want to do is we want to put it at the back of this building. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this building out to make it look real. This is what we do in Photoshop just to make it the realness to come out and covering all the old loopholes so that it doesn't look so it makes it look real. I don't know a mistake there. So I'm gonna just Ctrl J this. We have that done. So what we do is, yeah, we have that settled. Okay, it's not well settled yet. So I'll record that again. We'll cut that out again. So bring in the minus. All right, we have that settled. So we're going on the Control J. So at this point, I can now put my object behind it. Yeah, we have that selected well now. So our pole has been done, well fixed, well selected. So bring in uh, our title. So bring in our title, the Lagos in Paris. I put it on top. Yeah, we have this done. Let me put that back. Yeah, Lagos in Paris. So I want to bring in, I want to make like the lights, like there should be a light shining on this place. How? So I have the light selected and I used a yellow brush. What I did was to use a yellow brush, increase my size a little bit. Once I increase my size a little bit, then I make sure I set it to soft round brush 2. Once I give it just 1, 2, I spray it 1, 2, then I turn to overlay. It gives me the effect. So we have that settled already. Yeah. So I need to put it at the back of the bus. It's not making sense in front of the bus. So I put it at the back of the bus. Yeah. So you can see that feel. Like light is coming and it's reflecting on the floor. Just look like rain just fell. You can see the feel like that. Yeah. So that's that. That is the position of how we got the Lagos in Paris. Oh, so sorry. Our Paris is reflecting, is being covered by um, this mask, this mask thingy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring it out. I'll take it to the front because this is joined together. So I'm going to Control J. When I Control J, I take it to the front. So we have the Paris in the front right now. So it's our layers, well, um, so I'm going to have to carry that light to on top of this place. Yeah, so the light is affecting everywhere. Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have this well settled and well placed. Please don't forget to always um, group your work, group your layers. Always group your layers. Always group your layers. Yeah. So I said in Mast Lagos. I save as Master Lagos. I save this as Paris building. Okay. So these two layers, who are they? Yeah, okay. I just what can I save this as? I'll save it as lamp pole. No, lamp pole. So I save this as um let's save it as light. Yeah, so we have this our movie poster. Well done and set. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's class and you've learned how to fix in shadow. What you should take out of this class is your shadow, your light, and color. Your color contrast should be well placed and should be well effected, so you won't have something off on your design. So please subscribe to my channel to get more information about the next class. Thank you and God bless you. See you next class.